I'm not really sure.
Okay.
The history of that, I think, is kind of forgotten to the sands of time and to the sands of free PBRs.
Right.
I think there was just enough pictures of PBR going around that we all kind of forgot.
Think about it every night. Don't let this house fall down. The Lord left long ago.
When did you start doing D&E? Best night ever.
I think it was 2017, maybe 2016.
That sounds right. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It all just kind of warps together.
Yeah.
Like I was there for so long, and it's still going, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I kind of dipped because that was part of me deciding to retire, right? Because I was like, man, this is just pushing the big rock up the hill every week. And I stopped having fun, that was always my barometer for how long I should keep doing it. I stopped having fun. I stopped being like a fun guy to be around. I stopped being like a nice person to be around. All that stuff kind of contributed to me taking my leave, my indefinite leave. But to answer your question, I think it was 2017.
Did you start with Arcuri or before?
Did I start the show Best Night Ever with Arcuri?
Yeah.
No. It was like, Jeff was there before it. It was Sam and maybe Alex Stone and Tom Picard at the beginning, right?
Also.
I think, right?
Yeah.
And then a bunch of people left, and then there was just like a whole changeover, and then I was a part of like one of the next changeovers,
Yeah.
I think. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
The history of that, I think, is kind of forgotten to the sands of time and to the sands of free PBRs.
Right.
I think there was just enough pictures of PBR going around that we all kind of forgot. We had some really awesome people.
What was your favorite Best Night Ever moment?
I'd say the last one at G-Man was pretty great. That was a pretty awesome night. Having David Cross do the show was a very special one for me.
Oh shit, when was that?
2022. He was great. I think getting to meet a lot of really, really, really funny comedians really helped. One of my favorite things was having people who were newer do the show and kind of give them their first like booking in Chicago. The amount of people that did the show that went on to like have TV spots or be on SNL is like crazy.
Yeah.
Like we've had a decent amount of people who are like SNL cast members now. And then like Megan Salter, who's like a really, really amazing, talented performer. She did the show a bunch, and now she has her own Netflix show, and she's just like doing so great. And like I get to have these awesome memories of like seeing her at G-Man, like awkwardly sitting on someone's lap during her set, and like all that shit's really, really cool. It was an awesome time and an awesome ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get real.
Okay.
When did you know it was time to hang it up and break up with Mal?
When did I? Okay.
No, when did you know it was time to hang it up?
There was a best night where like, I just afterwards, like it went well, and like I just was in a shitty mood, and I was like, man, even when this is going well and the room's full, you're not having fun. Like this is not good. And it was a thing where I'm like, I'm not taking care of myself in the right way. I'm not doing things that I want to be doing. I'm not surrounding myself with the people I want to be surrounding myself with. I felt myself getting a little too, I don't know if bitter is the right word. I just wasn't having the feelings that I wanted to be having. And it took a lot of work for me to be like, I gotta dip. And also during that time, I'd also started teaching, which was filling that cup up for me, right? It was filling up the creativity cup. I felt like I was giving back to my community. It was very much fulfilling. I really was starting to take kind of water out of that teaching thing and putting it into comedy and not getting anything back from comedy. It was tough, but I really appreciate the time that I did have. I had a great run. I got to see a lot of great places. I got to meet a lot of awesome people. I got to live my dreams, honestly, and I don't really regret any of it. I don't regret not the stuff I didn't do. I regret some of the stuff I did do, like, you know, any one-nighter that paid less than $200. I regret doing that. Young features out there, if there's no hotel, don't do it. Just say no. Yeah. Just don't do it, man. You don't need to drive back. Yeah, no, I regret doing Myrtle Beach, South Carolina that second time. I shouldn't have done that. Gladstone, Michigan. Don't need to do that one again. Cadillac, Michigan. Anywhere above Mount Pleasant that's not Traverse City. Traverse City, you guys are the best. Anywhere above Mount Pleasant that's not Traverse City, you don't need to go to. That's just my hot take. I can look back on my time as a full-time stand-up comedian very fondly, and I can come back and do it and not suck, which is great.
How does it feel to be back this week?
Like any time, like the time on stage is cool, like the writing of material is cool, the hang out with buddies is cool, everything else about it still sucks. It really does. It really does. Like the anticipation's a bummer, like the navigating. Watching other comedians for the most part is still kind of a bummer. like 70% of the time watching other comedians is not good. And I just appreciate that I haven't had to follow anyone doing shitty crowd work.
That's good.
That's really the point. I mean, that was kind of the reason why I felt so good leaving, because I looked at the state of stand-up and I was like, man, if I were who I was when I started right now, I would hate most of stand-up comedy, which is like a really weird feeling.
Yeah. And
kind of helped me to hang them up. But the trick is, if you ask me 3 times, I'll come out of retirement. That's all you gotta do.
Yep, that's
all you gotta do.
What was it like to start here? This is the club you started at. What was it like?
Yeah. Oh my God. This club, the Annarbor Comedy Showcase, the old location was maybe a block and a half from here, a dream club. The ceiling, I think, is about as low as it was in this room. The stage was maybe 18 inches off the ground. Sound was perfect. When I started, we saw smoke inside. So it just had like this stench, and you could smell the popcorn while you're on stage. It was just a really magical place. And I remember seeing Jimmy Pardo and Gary Goldman and Bamford and Jackie Cation and all these awesome comedians, Jackie Flynn and local Detroit guys like Bill Bouchard and Mikey Green and all these guys at that club, and just being like, shit, like Sklar Brothers. And I got to work with some awesome people. I got to work with Michael Ian Black there. I got to work with Maria Bamford and Jackie Cation there. And it was just like a really, really awesome time. I also started with some amazing, amazing people, like Trevor Smith, who's still one of my best friends, Ricardo Flanagan, an actual RIP, probably the funniest person I've ever met in my life. No offense, me. But Rick was the best, and Brad Wenzel, who I'm sure you've talked to on here, and Jeff Arcuri and Jeff Sheen, and a guy named Nate Fritzen, who's in New York, and this guy named Adam Sokol, who's out there, and then Brad Austin, who's in fucking Australia now. And like, we just had this really tight-knit group of comics who just all kind of got it, you know? We all kind of spoke each other's language and kind of had that thing, you know? Kent Tucker was another dude like that who was just a great guy. It felt like another version of high school, you know?
Yeah.
Like when you just have like your crew of friends and you can't stop making each other laugh. That's exactly what it felt like. It was awesome. Yeah. It was great. This room is amazing too. Like I've got to headline here. I thought my retirement weekend was gonna be my 3rd time headlining here. It's an amazing club. And if you've never been here and you live in the area, what are you doing, man? Come down to the showcase.
One final thing. I'm not gonna make you explain the baseball bit, but
there's no explanation to it.
Could do
except
the classic inline that is, I love that, like cemented our friendship.
Yeah.
We were going to lunch and we go, you want to go with us? And you were still in the bit.
It was at Brouhaha. The night before, I was dead set on on all of us going to the Reds game the next day. Like, because who doesn't want to be hungover in the sun?
Yeah.
And so it's just like, yeah, we're totally going to the Reds game, right? Do you want to like play it out?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so we were doing this bit about like in front of him that we were going to trick him that we're all going to the game, but we're really gonna bail and he's just gonna go there by himself.
Yeah.
And then so we're doing the bit, we're laughing, we're having fun, and then a half hour later we just start bullshitting, and then we go, all right, let's actually grab some lunch. You want to go, O'Keefe?
Yeah, no, I'll just get a hot dog down at the ballpark, I think. So stupid.
Well, here's what you did.
Yeah.
You didn't do that. You said,
Nah.
I'm gonna grab a couple of dogs at the old ballpark, and then you walk away.
Oh, did I do my Oh, there we go. That's so fucking stupid.
Well, it's not like we don't try. It's worth it every single night. Don't let this house fall down. The Lord left alone.
Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. No, it's not easy to find the place, so I appreciate you coming out. If you buy your tickets online, they're like, all right, great. Well, here's an obstacle course. We're going to close the nearest crossing street. We don't have a sign outside, it's just a sandwich board, so good luck finding that. And then you're going to want to go through what looks like an Aloft hotel lobby, down a set of stairs that look like they're from the New York subway, and then you'll get into what looks like a dead end, just a black room, but you take a left and there's the club. So, yeah, thank you. Hey, you guys deserve the applause, I mean.